What's up? Tyler.
Hi.
Key. Plugged on. Here on Now Review. This time we're going to talk about the new album from Overkill titled The Wings of War. This is their 19th album.
Man, that's a lot of albums.
It is. And the follow-up to 2017's The Grinding Wheel, which was a cool album.
It was a fun album.
Yeah. Overkill is a pretty iconic thrash metal band if you don't know them, and obviously with 19 albums, they've been around for a long time. Produced a lot of really great records, and I felt kind of, I don't know how to really put it. Like, Last Man Standing came out, we reviewed it. That's a great fucking song. Head of a Pin came out.
I like that song. I like that song a lot.
And that's all they really put out. And I felt like there wasn't a ton of hype going into this one, and also I wasn't super excited. Also because I felt like we just got an Overkill album.
Yeah. Also, I kind of until you brought it up like earlier in the week, like, hey, don't forget to listen to Overkill. I'm like, right.
Yeah, exactly. And I love Overkill. I don't know. I just wasn't super stoked going into this one, but in a way, I'm kind of glad that I wasn't.
I was gonna say maybe it helped
because holy moly, ball sack, this album is awesome.
I love this album. This album's great. I mean, I think this album, I like it more than their last two. Like,
yeah.
White Devil Armory has one good song on it, or at least one memorable song. I'm not saying it's a bad album. It's just that it's not an album I go back to. It's not a go-to. And then The Grinding Wheel was better. A lot of the songs are a lot more memorable, but I still felt like it was missing something that like they had on like the Electric Age or Ironbound or albums like that. I felt like this album definitely has it. From, like we said, I mean, they put out Last Man Standing and Head of a Pin. I really like Distortion. Distortion is a personal favorite of mine. And even though it is the corniest song on the album, Welcome to the Garden State, I love that song so much. It's so great. And I think this album really just keeps up the pace and has its momentum. I think the only time where it kind of falters a little bit is maybe the last three songs. I don't think about them. I'm not. They didn't stick with me as well as literally just about everything else on the album. But like, yeah, this album has like a lot of the stuff that you would want. Like, there's just a lot of cool, just like groovy, riffs and moments in this album. I mean, the intro to Head of a Pin is like the perfect example. It's just like this really groovy, sexy sounding thing, and then also there's like moments of that in like A Mother's Prayer, and Batshit Crazy is another really corny but cool song. I just think that they're just firing on all cylinders. I mean, there's like a lot of the riffs I sort of just like love. Like the opening riff to A Mother's Prayer is like it's super hard and it's fun. Believe in the Fight, which was like, the first song I listened to, because since I'd already heard Last Man Standing, I just kind of was like, all right, I'll come back to this one later. And like it's got some groovy stuff in it. Bobby Blitz sounds incredible. The solo work is never something that I necessarily think of when I think of Overkill, but there was a couple of solos on here and like lead like guitar moments that I really liked. Like specifically, I really liked the solo in A Mother's Prayer. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really good in that song, and it's just, yeah, I think they recaptured some of that stuff that, like I said, that they had on like the Electric Age. I think this album just kind of flows really nicely. They do some different shit like in Distortion and then Where Few Dare to Walk. There's like I do like the verse, like what they do in the verses and the drums and whatnot. I think there's a lot of cool and slightly different ideas on this album, and I like it. I like this album a lot. I again, like you said, wasn't expecting too much going into this. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, right, Overkill's happening, and then I could not stop jamming it yesterday and today. So
yeah, me too. This album is definitely their best since Electric Age to me, because the thing about Overkill that I love is their attitude all the time. It's so in your face. It's so we're better than you. They don't give a shit about anything, and I love that aspect of them. And this album really showcases a lot of that. And this album doesn't give you a chance to breathe really at all. I mean, it's just non-stop from the start of Last Man Standing to the end of was it Hole in My Soul. It's just riff city all over the place, and to me, I feel like they turned everything up a little bit on this album. Like it feels louder, it feels more in your face than their past few have. And Bobby Blitz just sounds so aggressive and just incredible. I mean, I think this is overall one of his best vocal performances of his entire career. Because at the age that Overkill is, I mean, it's like they don't even show signs of slowing down or wanting to stop or anything. Instead, they're just trucking along and keep punching you in the face the whole time. And to me, the song that showcases Bobby Blitz sounding just superb on this album is Believe in the Fight. That whole song is probably my favorite track on this album, and it's the middle section. The middle section is so fucking awesome. Great. I love when Overkill does this sort of stuff, of where they have just a really crunchy, groovy riff, and then they kind of go back and forth between Bobby Blitz's vocals and some gang vocals, but then they all end up doing the gang vocals at some point.
Yeah.
You know, a great song that showcases off their last album is like Red, White, and Blue. Like, that song's fucking awesome, where it has a really crunchy riff, and then they keep going back and forth with the riffs. Overkill does gang vocals in just one of the best ways, and I could totally see that song being something they throw in their set live, and if they don't, man, missed opportunity there, because this song is just so good, and I can just see the pitch just exploding when that song starts, and when the middle section rolls around. Then it busts into the solo, which is really awesome. Last Man Standing is, you know, I like that song more and more over time. I think it's a great song to open the album up with, and also just because of the way the song starts, I always feel like Now That We're Dead should start every single time. With the very, very beginning of that song, but then the main riff comes in, which is just a great song. But to me, sometimes Overkill can be incredibly corny, and sometimes it really works in their favor, and sometimes it doesn't. I think here it does in every situation, like Batshit Crazy. Welcome to the Garden State really shows Overkill's just total attitude. That song is so fun. It feels so punk in more than thrash. Just so in your face.
I can see that, especially like in this area. That's going to be a fucking popular song.
Yeah,
they're gonna like that's going to be a song that they whip out every time.
Yeah, I would love to see Overkill play in Philly and they play this song.
Or heck, I would like, just to see what it would be like. I would almost be willing to go up to like New York and then to see what this song would be like up there. You know?
Yeah. That's a really fun song. And yeah, like you, I like Distortion a lot. I think that's the longest song on here, and I like what they do with that one. I like the vibes it's putting off. I actually really like the final 2 out of 3 songs. The only track that I don't think's awful, but it just does not hit me the way the other ones do, is Out on the Roadkill.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the main one. That's just it's just it breaks it up, and it's just like man.
But Where Few Dare to Walk and Hole in My Soul have some incredibly awesome thrash riffs. Just kind of Overkill doing what they do. The drum work is just incredible on this album as well, and their drummer, I'm gonna pull that up. Ballsack.
Jason
Bittner. I'll edit that, but Jason Bittner he's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Just looking at I was just noticing some of these riffs and just the speed that he's putting this stuff out, and I'm just like, holy shit, this has got to be intense to play, for sure. It's Overkill doing what they do, but I think doing it to a much higher level and executing a lot better than they have recently.
Yeah.
You know, because they've put out, 5 albums in the past decade, and I'm not complaining about that, but I feel like that could wear down on some artists sometimes, or maybe the audience, but it's like, who gives a shit? Overkill, you know, if they deliver stuff like this, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're just I mean, like even with their last 2 albums, I feel like they're still like fairly consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, keep going. I mean, if you guys can put up to, I mean, what other bands put out albums to this kind of frequency and they're as good?
Yeah,
it's like there's nobody else really. Nobody else is on this kind of level, and everybody else who's as consistent takes like 3-4 years to put out an album. It's just like boom.
Yeah. I would put this album right up there with albums like Ironbound or The Electric Age or Under the Influence, Years of Decay. I think it's one of the strongest albums Overkill has done, for sure.
Thoughts?
Any last thoughts?
Not really. I mean, like I said, I was just jamming. This album is a great / dangerous album to drive to. It's just It's want to go. It's also a great album to play Destiny to, but it's just like kind of cranking it and oh man.
This morning I got up. I was up at like 7:30 and then went to fucking get breakfast, and it was just me, and I put this album on so loud, and Last Man Stand is coming on at 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Let's do this. This is way too loud for 7:30 in the morning, but I'm wide awake right now.
Let's fucking go.
No one needs coffee. Just put this shit on. You'll get jacked up. It's awesome.
Score. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's a really good album.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. It's damn good. Thanks for watching. Check out some things. There's stuff and things on the channel.
All kinds of stuff and things.
Yeah, and that's some upcoming stuff and things. See ya.